focus your audio. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today on this bright and early morning. I appreciate you both for making it out here.
No worries.
Can you tell me who I'm speaking with, starting with you?
I'm Sarah. I'm Sarah Stewart.
Yeah.
I'm the lead singer and songwriter. And yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm Bobby McElhoney, and I'm the guitarist and songwriter as well, like collaborative.
Awesome. So you two co-write the songs together?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an interesting process.
Yeah. Please tell me about it.
I mean, it's funny because, and this probably goes back to just years of writing my own music. I had never really done a co-write or writing with other people. I grew up in a family band and we all had our own music. And so when we would have our own songs and we'd play together, each person would kind of go up. If it was my song, I'd go up and play my guitar and sing it. And my family would come around. And so we all had our own like kind of just process of our own songwriting. And then when I got together with Bobby, he is fabulous with wonderful like musicianship and beautiful songs that are written musically. But doesn't write like the lyrics and the melody parts. And sometimes like we'll get together and do things, but usually he'll noodle something, voice memo something, or we'll be just jamming, and then it'll go from there and he'll give it to me, and then I'll go off and I'll just write and listen to it for a while. And so it's kind of our process. We kind of have these like separate parts to the song, but they come together to create one song. It's kind of a weird
Yeah, it's
experience.
rare that we're like actually face to face and writing the song together.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
usually you come up with a guitar part that you find very interesting that could be a song.
Yep.
And then you provide like the melody and the lyrics that go together with that song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like he'll give me something and I'll sit with it for a while because it's not speaking to me about anything. Like there's nothing that I have to feel it. And it's weird because normally like you just kind of feel like that with your own music when you're writing. And so Bobby was kind of like the first person that I felt that connection with to be able to write to his music, because I'd only ever written to my own. So we grew really close really fast just through that process. And so we've always done, we respect each other's creative.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now that we're a couple and we're partners, it's like if I let him do his thing and he lets me do my thing, and then we come together and we kind of massage it out. But we found early on that we were like, well, no, do it this way, or no, do it that way. And we're like, no. Let you do you and I'll do me, and then we'll come together and we'll massage out all the pieces.
Yeah.
And it works quite well that way.
Yeah. Well, I feel like songwriting is a very vulnerable thing to do. So when you let someone in that process, it can be like a bit delicate at first.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know
You
what I
take
mean?
everything personal, right?
Oh, 100%.
Like, so it's like, I don't like that. You're like, what do you mean you don't like that?
It's like, you don't like me? Is that what you're saying?
Right? You're attacking me?
It starts to stifle your creativity, because when Bobby would come in with some critiques, immediately I go, oh, and then I'd kind of shut down with like, oh, like maybe, okay, I'll just put it to the side. You know what I mean? It would just stop me from being as free as I normally was. And I didn't want to have that. So I was like, okay, let's just keep doing what we're doing and we'll come together, and then we do like work it out afterwards.
We do eventually come together at some point. It's not like a full like separate process, but the very like building the foundation of it, we do it kind of separately.
Nice. Well, so you guys want to both make sure you have solid ideas to bring to each other.
Yeah.
So you can like start building the house.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
to speak.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
What is the latest song you guys have written together?
Ooh.
Well, we write a lot of songs together. Just not all of people have heard them.
Yeah.
You kind of these days you have to kind of come to our live shows to hear a lot of our newer music.
Oh yeah.
But we have a few that we've written over the last couple of years that we've just recently kind of brought to the band situation, and we're really excited about them. We're gonna actually be playing a good chunk of them at the show this Saturday night, which is going to be great. But there's one that we have, it's called Mine, and was written about just seeing somebody, when somebody's not in your life, but seeing them in everything, and you're still envisioning them as being your own, like mine. So that's an exciting one. It's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
It's a lot of our newer music is a little bit more rockier than some of our previous releases. I can write ballads all day long. Ballads are my jam.
Yeah.
But in a live setting too, we want to have some mid-tempo songs for people to be able to enjoy. And so a lot of our newer music is a little bit more on the rocky side, which we love doing. We're not going to lie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear. And not to get like in the very personal, but you guys said you guys are a partnership, right? Were you guys like that the whole time the band was together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you guys find your songwriting has evolved as you guys have gone closer as the years gone by?
Oh, that's a good question. It's all about trust. So I would say that the process has remained fairly the same, like our actual process, but just the vulnerability of being able to just share your ideas in that safe space is paramount. It's everything for getting to the gold of, what it is you're trying to do. So I would say
I also think like I don't know, like the song, like when we first started writing together, we were an acoustic duo. And now we're like, writing parts and songs for like a full band setting. So we have evolved very much in that way as well. Like Sarah said, like songwriting at its essence hasn't really changed, evolved that much, but just now hearing like, bringing other parts in and that's definitely evolved from when we originally started.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And that's just from,
Growth.
just collaborating with other artists and all that kind of stuff over the years and just, pulling in things here and there.
And who's in your band?
Oh, yeah. So, we've had like multiple people coming in and out.
Yeah.
Right now we have Michael Lane who does drums and percussions, and he's like the wizard behind the curtain.
He is the wizard.
Yeah.
He's got like, I don't know, he techie. These two are, I'm so glad they're techie because I am just like, a lot of people often say like, it's so frustrating, Sarah. It's like trying to teach somebody to open their email when he's dealing with me.
My dad how to work his new phone,
And I'm like, don't judge me. But they're so techie. Why do I need to be? So they do it all.
Yeah. So we like, we've kind of like evolved that way as well. Like, about 2 years ago, we were like a 6-person band.
Yeah.
And then people just, like going on tour and stuff like that. They were just, they had family obligations and life. And they were just like, it's really hard to go out on the road and do like, 2-3 weeks at a time and being away and all that kind of stuff. So it's been like dwindling down. And now it's just me, Sarah, and Mike. And we've actually like
So how long have you been playing with, his name's Mike?
Mike, yeah.
Mike,
How long have you been playing with him for?
Just 2 years. Like when the very first, like the 6-person band, when we all came together, he was part of that. And just as people have fallen off,
he was the one that stayed.
He's the one that stayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we won't let him go.
Yeah, no, of course not. Mike, you're
He's not
staying.
allowed.
Yeah, you're staying, Mike.
We would kidnap him, We've already put that out there. So if he just randomly goes missing, his girlfriend's Rebecca. If he's not at home, he's probably in the closet at our house. So
You heard it here first, folks.
she knows.
He knows.
Yeah, that's super awesome. So are you guys full-time musicians?
No.
We would like to be, but as every musician would be, but
Of course.
It's
of
pretty
course.
hard to make a living these days as a full-time musician. But at the same time, this year it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens in our world. But there is plans to kind of transition to that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I work as a registered nurse, so I'm busy with.
Oh, so you're really busy.
Yeah, busy with that.
Yeah.
Been doing that for a long time. Love it. And
Nice.
but at the same time, that has also enriched my songwriting. Just the experiences of being with people and walking through them with them. Sometimes in their life's moments that everybody else might only experience once, right? But as a nurse, you bear witness to those things over and over and over again. Like maybe somebody's passing, somebody gets a diagnosis of cancer, or there's something, and maybe they can't go home anymore because they're not safe to be there. That might only happen, once in somebody's life. But as a nurse, you consistently see that. And so I always say it's not that your heart gets hard, your heart gets tough, because it has to be a bit tough to be able to continue to support people
Of course,
that way.
of
So
course.
yeah. So that's me.
Yeah. What about you? What do you do?
I just I'm in the trades, just working, a normal day job to, be able to do music. Yeah. So
That's like the beautiful thing about the trades, though, is our drummers a ticketed electrician,
Yeah.
and like he's able to fund his like dream of doing music
Yeah.
on the side, right?
Yeah.
And that's like the beauty of working those jobs, that whether it's a nurse, whether it's a tradesman,
Yeah.
like you're able to like do that work so that you can fund these other parts of your life.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
What trade do you work in?
I'm a stainless fabricator.
Okay, nice.
I build like commercial kitchens and hospital equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For, like welding and
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Metal work basically.
Yeah.
He makes like pieces of art. He's being very modest here. Like the things he makes are like, it's incredible to see. It's just like, I didn't know that could bend that way. Like, okay.
You go to like, for instance, like in Olympic Village, craft beer. If you've ever been in there, that big kind of like oval shaped beer towers that they have.
Yeah.
I built that whole beer tower.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you have like an art aspect of what you do as well.
100%.
Totally,
Like an
totally.
architect brings drawings to me and goes, build this, and then I have to figure out how to build it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. I think there's this like concept of like living the songs that you write.
Yeah.
And I think like when you work those jobs, it like always influences the way that you write or whatever you write about. Especially if you play guitar too. Like I play guitar as well. And like it just influences like the style that you play in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think when I was listening to your guys' music, like the two things that stood out to me the most was like the melodies and then the guitar playing too. I found that like really struck out to me. I think there was one song I listened to called Over There. Is that the song? Yeah. Like very, very great melody and like beautiful guitar parts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you tell me, well, first, like how do you come up with melodies in your songs? How does that come about?
So honestly, I always have the melody before I ever write the words. So normally, like Bobby will give me a piece of music and then I'll just start humming, naturally, just whatever. So that's usually like the go-to for me. If he gives me something and I haven't naturally come up with a melody like fairly quickly, I'll set it aside just because that's just the most important piece to me sometimes. You know what I mean? Is that feeling that I get. So then I'll just start to hum something and figure out the melody, and then I'll break it down and I just start to, sometimes I'll just have some gibberish and some words that don't make sense and I'll just kind of put it together that way. Or I might start with a chorus or start with a verse and then have pieces of it, and then it just starts to speak to me and I just start to write down how I'm feeling as I'm, singing the melody. That's normally how it works.
Interesting. So you're like a lyrics and melody first person. Yeah.
Well, Bobby's like, it's usually music and then he gives it to me and then it's melody and then it's lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
like
awesome.
for Over There, that song was during 2020 and Bobby and I had a terrible fight. We talk about this in our live. Like we're not fighters, but that was a bad one. It was like, should you move out? Well, maybe you should move out. You know what I mean? Like it was like we were at that point. I'm like,
Everybody was at that point.
I know.
During
Maybe
2020?
that's what it was.
Yeah,
It was a
100%.
bad time. I don't even, anyways. And so that song was very much written about afterwards, after we decided that we should just move on with our lives and stop being so silly.
Yeah.
It was like, how is the person that you love over there when you're over here? And that's really where that came from. And we haven't had a doozy like that. And my goodness.
That's the only one.
Yeah, it's the only one. Good song came from it though.
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys made it through like the pandemic as a couple.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
It
huge.
is huge. I mean, nothing can break us apart now.
No. We got a dog. There was a lot of things that happened.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, what's your dog's name?
Chewy.
Chewy? What type of dog?
He's a rescue. He's a terrier chihuahua mix.
Oh, so
Yeah,
cute.
he's so bright. We're pretty sure he's a day job that we don't know about. And when we leave and go to work, he also leaves after us. And he chooses not to speak to us just because he doesn't want to. So yeah, it's pretty. He's ridiculous.
He's clocking in, clocking out somewhere
absolutely.
for
I
sure.
don't think he's got a paper route. I'm pretty sure. Like he's got tips. I think he has pockets too. He can hide them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what about the guitar parts? Like, can you tell me how those come to be? Like, it sounds like there's some finger picking going on there.
You'll see in the live show, I actually use a thumb pick.
Oh,
and so
you use a thumb pick.
I am a finger picker.
Okay, nice.
With even when I'm doing like straight chords, there's actually a really cool local company. It's called Black Mountain Picks. I don't know if you've seen them.
No, I haven't.
So they're thumb picks, but they have like a spring loaded kind of catch that holds onto your thumb.
Okay.
So it sits there really, really nicely, but you can also like, as you're using it as your traditional thumb pick, you can grab it and actually use it as like a pick.
Oh, wow.
So because it's actually shaped like a normal guitar pick.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, not like your banjo or whatever guitar, or like thumb pick that the rest of them are like. Oh, they're really thin and
flimsy.
You can't really grab them.
Yeah.
These ones are nice and thick, and so it is like bang on. Like I'm a finger picker, and for coming up with the parts. You know, like most of the time I'm like just sitting on the couch and just like noodling on the guitar, and then I'll just be like, oh crap, I really like that. And then I'll like voice memo it. Totally. And then, it's obviously just like a little snippet, and then if I really like it, I'll start building on top of that. And then it also like comes down to like when we're going in and bringing it to like one of our producers or whatever, like then it's like sitting there and being like, okay, like what should we cut out? How should we do this? Like there's that process as well. Like most of the songs that you obviously hear like recorded, there's parts taken out or added or whatever as you're like flowing with the song and the songs, or even, once Sarah comes up with a melody and it's like, oh, I'd like to, have like another four count here, like just so I can like extend this phrasing or whatever. And you either, but like the heart of it is just sitting around and
it's like you're panning for gold,
noodling around. I have a million voice memos on my phone
and on mine as well.
Yeah, exactly. And so
like, what phone is that song on? Like, we don't know.
Yeah. So there's times where like I'll do a voice memo and then I'll just like basically go like that with my phone and let it scroll back 3 years, and then I'll start listening to voice memos again.
Oh, wow.
And I'll be like, oh yeah, I really like that one. Why didn't I do anything with it?
Yeah.
So like there's songs that are written from, voice memos from 5 years ago that we're just like writing right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's super awesome. And who's your producer? Who do you guys work
multiple.
with? Yeah. We bounce around.
A lot of the from our last release back. His name's Mike Young, and he's an amazing producer, friend, musician. He's just incredible. He did Shades over there, On Your Own, The Long Goodbye.
He just elevates any project that he's involved in. He's amazing. Yeah, he's been instrumental in just helping us, because oftentimes we would go in with just our acoustic and just the lyric, right? And go in and then we would build it. And so in the beginning, it was kind of like, do we record these songs as we're playing them live? Because back then it was just acoustic and me singing. And so then it was kind of like, well, if we're going into the studio to do these songs, how do we want to do them? Do we want to do them like full production? Do we want to just do them stripped down? And funny enough, we decided to just do them full production with Mike, and it's worked out really well, because to this day we play them just like they're recorded, which was awesome. So you probably
we did tour them as
we have done them
acoustically.
Acoustically as well, but he's phenomenal. If you don't know him, you probably know Mother, so that he's the bass player, and he's amazing.
Okay, cool.
He's just the most incredible human being. And we're so grateful for him. So we're going to be going back in with them to do their next song. So we're not sure which one we're going to do, but we're a little overdue for a release. So we're like, okay, we need to get on this.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another reason why the guitar parts in our older songs are so like finger picking busy kind of thing, is because we were only doing it as an acoustic duo, and I needed to fill as much space as I possibly could, rather than just doing like campfire chords. I wanted to like have
sonically fill it up.
And have melody with the vocals as well, right? So.
You had a lot of ground to cover playing live when we used to break it down so stripped down. Vocally and instrumentally, just for the two of us. It was very like we had a lot of ground to cover. So
Yeah.
Okay, walk me through kind of your first year playing together. Like, how was that like? You guys started in Vancouver, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, which venues you guys started playing at? How did you guys be like, all right, we're gonna do this, let's go?
We got really lucky that way because I was in a rock band before this band. And we had been gaining traction and already playing around town. And so when that band split apart, we kind of I already had like connections in the music scene. So like, I think our first, or not our first show, but like, you know, our second show was the Railway.
We started playing the Railway
nice.
right away.
So like we started playing like, you
Yeah.
know, those kind of venues pretty quickly. And it was just the relationships I had with the bookers and everything already from the previous band.
Which we missed the Railway. That was such a
I know,
great
it
venue.
was a great
We loved
venue.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cut our teeth a lot there, which
Yeah.
was pretty awesome.
Yeah. But like our first year as like an acoustic duo, like most of it was preparation because we were like, okay, we're going out as a duo. We want to make sure that we're like, you know, we can fill the space sonically, like we were just saying. And yeah,
We played a lot that year. Like we started, we got our set together, and then we just started going out and playing just because it was new. It was a new project. We weren't sure how people would feel about the music. We'd never really shared it before. But it was a great experience. And we
Yeah.
were like, okay. And the feedback we started to get from people that were going was that they were genuinely touched by it, and they felt, you know, what every songwriter hopes people feel. They had felt things in their hearts and in their lives, and they continue to come to our shows, which was just everything. So we were like, okay, we need to keep doing this. We were connecting with people, which is awesome.
For me, it was weird because like I was in a loud rock band.
I know,
before
I was
that.
gonna ask, yeah.
And then like we would go into venues, and then like you could hear a pin drop, and I'm like, oh God, like is this okay? You know, no one's like reacting whatsoever. They're just like staring at you,
Listening intently.
and
yeah.
they're just like listening to you. And so like coming from like a you know, loud kind of like up tempo rock band, and everyone's like moving and stuff. It's nerve wracking.
super
Like I was
intimidated by that.
I was
Oh,
like,
100%.
you know, you're just like, man, like there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
And everyone's just listening to you.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it was nerve wracking at first.
Yeah,
For sure.
100%.
It was my jam, though. I was there for
Yeah,
it.
you were
I was
like-
like,
you were like, hell yeah.
we
You
got
like,
this.
oh, shit.
And Bobby's like, looking like, oh my
yeah.
gosh, what do we need to do? And I'm like, we got this. We got this.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a change.
I know exactly how you feel because I've played solo shows too.
Yeah.
Like just me.
Yeah.
And with me and my guitar and singing. And it's like, there's like, again, like nothing to hide behind. Like usually I hide behind my band members and stuff
Totally.
like that. Because there's so much going on. So it's like, I'm not the center, but then all of a sudden your like spotlight is like on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's just like, it's just you and a singer, and that's it, man. So yeah, it's pretty intimidating.
that's awesome. So
Yeah.
what other venues did you guys play in besides the Railway?
Oh gosh, we played all the venues in Vancouver. Like it was the Blarney Center, the Roxy, Portside. No, I don't even think Portside was back. Were they?
Yeah, Portside, we've done acoustic. No, in the first year, no.
No, not in that first year. Like there was a few venues that are not around now. And then of course we've done so far. There's been a lot of different places. And then as time went on, we ended up branching out and going to the island and, you know, doing a couple of tours up the West Coast and into Alberta. And so venues started to open up for us, which was great. Some resorts and things like that. And so it was a nice experience to be able to get out of our local scene too, and just start to connect with people, more in the interior and more into Alberta, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's great to go out there because I think those cities are like, or towns are untouched by a lot of touring musicians. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they always love to see musicians come in
Yeah.
from Vancouver.
Absolutely, yeah.
To perform for them. How did you guys set up those tours? Do you guys remember?
We did them ourselves.
Nice.
I just started calling people
Nice.
and connecting and making all sorts of, dates, and it's a lot of like, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
And we like roughed it too. Like we set up campsites. So like
yeah,
we literally
that-
camped.
yeah.
That's
Like we
awesome.
didn't
Yeah.
stay at like Airbnbs or hotel.
One night we stayed in the van. We were like, and so we were
driving to Alberta.
We were lucky
I
because we
remember
had a car.
Reading. Is it Reading? It's
Yeah.
like a small, tiny little town.
Yeah.
And we ended up on our way to Alberta, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, oh no, this is what happened. We stopped in Golden to actually have a hotel, but it was during the forest fires.
Yes.
And all the hotels were booked because of the firefighters that were in the province.
Yeah.
And so we just were like, screw it, let's just try to get to Alberta. And we just drove to the point where we're like, we can't drive anymore, and we just pulled off to the side of the road
That's it.
And-
We're over.
and just slept in the truck.
Yeah, we're like, it's
Lights
fine.
out, yeah.
Whatever. We were pretty fortunate because we had a vehicle that we could do it in. I think that's a big struggle for people, right? If A, you don't have your license, or B, you don't have a large enough vehicle to be able to take yourself on tour. We had kind of the mom-mobile, so we were like, okay, let's just throw
Yeah, we had the
our
soccer mom. The
Oh,
soccer
like the
mom.
Odyssey
So
or
we
whatever.
had it,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're getting a large enough vehicle so we can throw all our equipment in it.
Yeah, we did that on purpose when we
We
bought
did
that
that on
vehicle.
purpose.
Yeah.
We're like, I'd be better to get a small car, but I'm like, we need to put the equipment in it. So
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Kidding. And you guys been playing together for, I think we talked about it before the podcast came on, but like 10 years or so?
Yeah, roughly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have been like seasoned musicians, like playing
yeah.
around Canada, around Vancouver and everything.
Yeah.
Would there be like some advice you would give to musicians who are just starting out in their journey?
Oh, just like for me, like just love it and just soak everything in as much as you possibly can. Like, yeah, it's surround yourself with awesome people, and yeah, like it's such a fun journey. Like, we're still on it. Like we're still at the very beginnings. of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But like
don't give up. I think that's a big one. Like
that too, like
we've
just keep
played
going.
rooms before where there's one person in that room. Do
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I remember thinking to myself, oh, do we keep doing this? But like it just depends. And then the next time you go to another place, the room's packed full of people, and you've sold it out and there's no room, and it's like, okay. And so there are those times where like we went and played a show in Kelowna, and the only other person in that bar was the other band. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, but we also that was our first time in Kelowna. We hadn't been there before. We didn't really have a fan base there. But, it's moments like that where you have to you got to love it, and you just keep doing it. And you do it until you feel like you have no regrets, right? For us, we'll just keep doing it probably forever, just because music is just who we
Yeah.
are and what we do, and the fiber of of our existence. But I think sometimes, it can be very discouraging as well. It's hard to make money at it. It's hard to be able to do it full time. It's a lot of work. You're wearing all the hats
Yeah.
when you're in the beginning stages. So time management is really important in figuring it all out. But like Bobby said, having some great people around you, some friends, other musicians, if you can find some, a producer or anybody else that, believes in you as well, it just helps motivate you and fans the flame for you to keep putting your art out there so that people can hear it
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
connect to it.
Yeah, fans of flame. That's a good term to use. Can you guys tell me a show that really sticks out to you in your memory of the shows that you've played over the years?
Oh,
I can think of one for me.
okay. Yeah. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, we did, there's two. So one as a band, one as an acoustic duo.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
thinking of one. I can use.
So we did a festival up in Terrace called Valhalla Fest, and it was a blast. It was so much fun. It was one stage was like a band stage, and then that went until like 10 o'clock at night, and then from 10 till 5 in the morning was a DJ stage.
Oh, nice.
And then like it would literally turn, it would like, it was like not even 5, and it was like 6 in the morning, I think, because they only had like 3 hours, and then at 9 the band stage would start up again and go till like 10 at night.
Oh, wow.
And so you never got any sleep. It was ridiculous, but it was so much fun. It was that was a huge highlight as a band. And that was like, you know, we didn't just go up to Terrace. Like we did a tour to get up there and a tour, and like, you know, so we played multiple shows, but that was a blast.
And that was the first time we'd headlined a day at a festival. Like we'd never done that before.
Oh,
So
that's
we were
awesome.
like,
We closed the festival. Yeah, we closed the
We're
festival.
Like, all
yeah.
right,
Nice.
let's do this. We were super pumped.
Yeah, so that was a blast. And then as an acoustic duo, we did a tour with an award-winning singer-songwriter from Seattle. His name's Tobias the Owl. And the first show we had with him, it was crazy. Like there wasn't a lot of people there, but man, like he is such a gifted songwriter. And I just remember like, and he opened, like when we toured, he opened for us, and like I was just like watching him, like, man, you were just like, every time he played, like I'd get goosebumps and like just chills watching him. And he was just a solo musician, and every single show that we played on that tour, people were just like blown away by just like both acts. And they were just like, who are you guys? And then we finished that show or that tour at the Railway with him. And that Railway show was probably like one of my favorite shows.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to open for Samantha Martin and Delta Sugar, which is this phenomenal Juno nominated. They're like blues jazz.
They're like a blues. Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable, huge band. We were in Alberta. Where were
The Ironwood.
Oh, the Ironwood, yeah. And I don't even know. I remember thinking to myself, how did we get this gig? Like this was so the owner had listened to our music and felt that we'd be a good fit with her, and we didn't know her at all. And then when we went there and opened for her, it was a phenomenal experience for us as musicians and just artists. Packed place, incredible opportunity to learn from them. They just come back from Europe. I think they'd been there for 30 days. They had all these stories about, you know, their experiences on the road that we were able to learn from as well. And they were just so encouraging. And I remember thinking to Bobby, I kept saying to him, how did we get this gig? How did this happen? But it was great. It was such a great pairing. And it was just one of those moments that we were super, super thankful for and grateful.
And they were also nice and personable. Like,
oh, yeah.
Just like grabbing us and pulling us backstage and like
they were great.
Yeah, making you feel a part of.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, just so much fun. Yeah.
Lots of mentorship. It was really great. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome about that festival too. What was it called? Valhalla.
Yeah.
Valhalla. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
still
actually
going.
it's an EDM festival, but they
really?
Yeah, straight up. And we were like, okay, but they have this live stage where they have live bands come out, and we were like, all right, we'll do that. That's cool. And I'd never been that north before, like that north.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
We went all the way.
Yeah, Terrace. Terrace is a long way away.
Yeah, it was beautiful up there and crazy. And we had a U-Haul because we didn't have enough room for everything. And I don't know how many games of Mario Kart were played. Was it 96 games?
Something like that.
Like, ridiculous amount of
The
Mario
guys,
Kart.
the band brought Switch with them into the truck. And
Nice.
nice.
A little round robin of Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intense.
Yeah. Oh, that's super cool. I want to can you guys tell me like what your experience has been in the Vancouver scene, like over the last like few years?
For us, it's been, it's been wonderful. I mean, Vancouver scene's been, like we have so many friends in it, and we've played with so many bands and booking, having booking agents all around. It's been really wonderful, to be honest. Like, it's a very, it's a scene that like welcomes you in and like I've had nothing but positive experiences with it.
There's been I think I'll say this, it's like a place where a lot of really brand new up and coming bands. I do find that Vancouver's really great at supporting that. I think that's awesome, giving people the opportunity to play and get to share their art and expose who they are. I see a lot of up and coming great new bands that are getting those opportunities. So I think that's amazing. I also think that Vancouver is kind of like, there's like so many different places for you to play. Like if you're more of a so-far person, or you're more like, you're, more of a singer-songwriter, and you want to, like, there is answers for that.
There's avenues.
Yeah.
And I
it's
think
not just one.
Talking to some musicians, I think it's like, obviously there's a lot of places that have closed down in the last 10 years, like since COVID.
Yes, absolutely.
Like there's nothing you can do about that. And but I think if you delve like into the Vancouver music scene and source out like even like someone like you, like putting on like shows like this, there are places that you can get out there and share your craft and stuff. It might not be like to a 400 person room, but like really there's not really any places like that out anymore. There's so many live music venues that have shut down that you just unfortunately can't play anymore.
It's harder for people to get out too, right? The cost of living is just so much higher now, and people are very particular about who they're seeing, how they're spending their money and their time. It's gas, it's public transit, it's all of those things. So you take that into
That's I know it's true.
It's
though.
true.
Yeah.
So like people find who they like and they want to come out and watch you. So it's important to also like get out of Vancouver as well and get into some of the other areas, because some of those places that we have played before are no longer doing live music.
Yeah.
I think it's because of just a lot of stuff that's going on in the States. It's harder for people. Not as many bands are coming up here as well, and so there is some of that. So you have to get creative and just kind of figure out where you're going to play, how you're going to do it. And like the Champions of Hope thing, when that came our way, we were like, absolutely, like any opportunity to be able to support the charity and the movement and our local scene and the impact with it. Absolutely. So there's a lot of wonderful answers to playing in our city. So,
and we're kind of blessed. Like we have a really good relationship with Guilt and Co. And so we get to play Guilt and Co. like
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're on rotation
so
there,
like
really
we're on
nice.
rotation there, and so like it's but we can also see like there are, because of the venues that have shut down and stuff like that, it's very hard to once somebody gets kind of like their foot in the door and stuff, like with certain venues or booking agents or stuff like that, they will get booked. And sometimes like people that haven't really had any experience playing shows or anything are kind of like on the outside looking in, but just keep pushing, keep like sending in your email saying like, I want to play.
Connecting
Don't
with people.
just like, that's the biggest thing, is like exactly like the music part of it. Like just don't give up. Like don't take no for an answer. Like you'll get the yes. You eventually will. You just that's one of the biggest things, and that's been like that since the dawn of time with music is like whenever you hear like the success stories of musicians or actors, they're literally on the brink of giving up. Like they're literally like, I was just about to move home, or I was just about to do this, or I was and then they get that like that yes or whatever, and it's not on that grandiose of a scale, but it's just like just keep doing it, keep plugging. You will eventually get that show that you want, that venue that you want. So
you guys are a great example by like setting up the tours yourselves and packing up the van with a forest fire going on and sleeping on the side of the road. It's like, like a lot of it comes up to like the willingness to be able to like go through that discomfort and like put up with it to like be able to like play the shows, play the festivals.
It's not glamorous, like there's,
Well, it's a business. Like people forget about that part, right? Like writing if it was only just about writing the music, and oh man, that'd be
that'd be great. That'd be amazing.
Like, so great.
Like, there's so much more. Like you have to be out there, like at this stage of things, you know what I mean? You're still doing all the things, so you have to be busy with that stuff to keep your business going and keep yourself, out there. I mean, as much as we, social media, I honestly, I don't even know if I would have it if we didn't have the band, but it's just like, but you've got to continue to put yourself out there so people know who you are. And as much as we hate it, it just is. It's just part of, people knowing who you are and putting stuff out there. So
yeah. So you got to wear all the hats.
You got to wear all the hats.
And then you got to clock in as a nurse or as a tradesman.
Yeah. But it makes you more grateful for, like,
100%.
I think sometimes too, like, we don't take it for granted because of our, our day jobs and our responsibilities and stuff. When we get to be able to do music, which we do music every day, we're so grateful for it because we know, that we don't get to do it all day long. And so when we get to do it, it's really important. So, but we'll see what this end of this year brings. We got some things kind of pokers in the fire, and we'll know more as the year goes on where we're going to be. But yeah,
nice. Do you guys have any announcements coming up? Any, or still embering up in the fire?
Embering up. We've been kind of sitting on a particular song with this so funny, hilarious music video that we've been waiting now to be able to share. And we're hoping to have an announcement this spring so we can share this officially because it is so much fun.
It's awesome.
We can't even tell you what it's about, but when we did it, we were like, this is either going to be absolutely insane or a complete flop.
Yeah.
Because it was just, it's a whole bunch of creative people that came together in Richmond. And what's the name of the studio again? Coast, what was it? Gosh.
Why did, because it's been a while.
I know it's been a little bit.
And they shut down.
And they did shut down, so we don't even have to worry about it. But they helped. There were a whole bunch of, there's production, and they're all involved, and they created this incredible set, and they're all actors in it, and they kind of did it as their last hurrah for their whole gang. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
We did that over.
It was like a full-blown production.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We were excited to share that. So it's overdue.
Keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great.
Oh, Quest Coast. This was
Quest Coast. That's
West
right.
Coast,
Yeah,
yeah.
great bunch of people there.
It was like a huge compound. They'd been together for many years, and then they were just shutting down the studio, and so they were just like, let's just put all our
Creative energy.
all our creative energy,
All our chips
and
on the
just
table.
everything.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So
Yeah.
they built full sets for it. Everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
So-
cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we're sitting on this nugget, which we're just kind of waiting to be able to share.
And it's a great song.
It's a great song. Yeah. It's a great song.
It's one we didn't do with Mike. We do it with a different producer, and so it's a little, it's a little different than the rest of our stuff. It's
Yeah, little more pop. We've never really done like a pop song. Bobby is just for the record, Bobby is way more pop than I am. It's true.
I'm more because I'll listen to everything.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
everything on my phone, right?
Yeah.
Sarah's like singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
I am. I'm like, give me some folk and friends. Give me some. I grew up with Tori Amos, and Bobby's just like, give me pop. So this song was when we did this song that we're talking about. It was a stretch for me, not for Bobby, because he was already there. He's like, even more. Let's go even more. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, no, I would never say that, and I would never sing that. So, it was. But at the end of the day, good song is a good song. So it was a great song, and we learned so much through that process. We wrote it with Don Wolf and Adam Hertzfield, and they are incredible. They are masters at songwriting. So that experience for us was unbelievable. Just being able to sit with people who've written hit songs and watch their process, learn from it. It was incredible. Yeah,
Definitely changed our songwriting.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And the way we write songs. After coming out of that session, we were like, okay, let's implement some of this.
Some new tools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's why I mean, just work with people. You know, just soak everything in that you possibly can.
We
Yeah.
would have never got some of the opportunities that we've had had we not just kept putting stuff out. Like even when I know before we were talking about the remix. So the remix came from, this random email that we got from somebody in the States. At first we thought it was kind
Spam.
of spam.
Yeah,
We were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
ooh. And then when we connected with the gentleman, it ended up turning into this incredible opportunity. It was a risk because, you don't know people, but you do your best to kind of, do your research and everything else. But it ended up with, I forget.
Stonebridge.
Yeah, the Stonebridge remixes, and he was, Grammy award winning, and we wouldn't have had that opportunity had we not just kept our website up and put our stuff online, and that's how people find you, right? And
Yeah.
from that experience, Adam, we'd been friends with him prior. We had been pitched to him, and he was kind of like, well, I'm pop, they're more like folk. I don't want to lead them down the wrong road, which is totally fair. But then after he'd kind of heard the remixes, he was like, this might be an interesting collaboration. Let's get together.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us expected anything really profound to come from it. Mostly just let's get together and just write a song. And so we did. And after we wrote that in a day, it was literally 2 days of just writing. We wrote it and then recorded it. And at the end of it, he was like, okay, this is quite the song. Let's do something with this. And so it just grew into something else. So we were nervous though. I know I was nervous going into that. I was like, oh, I just like I'm like a homeschool kid. I just write in my bedroom with door closed. What do you mean I got to write with two people I don't know? Yeah, it was a stretch for me, but it worked. It was great.
Yeah, we've had for me, I was super stoked. I've been able to go into the studio with some pretty cool people, and yeah, I mean, for me, it's like there's a couple of times where I've been so nervous, and then after you go in, you realize the people are amazing, and they just make you feel at home and comfortable and all that kind of
They
stuff.
just want you to win too,
Yeah.
right? Everybody is in each other's corner.
Yeah.
And just creating art and creating.
Yeah. And one thing that I've realized by doing this whole Champions Hope thing too is that people are willing to help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You just gotta ask and put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like that's what you guys do really, really well.
For sure.
And you're also both very down to earth people who seem just
appreciate
very
that.
genuine in everything. So yeah, I think you two are very inspiring as well.
Oh,
So yeah,
thank you for
thank you
that.
for sharing your stories and
Absolutely.
all that. I kind of like to, well, first of all, before I move on to that question, I wanted to ask, what are some of your favorite artists right now?
Oh, favorite artist. I'll let Bobby go first because he's way better. He's way better at that.
That's a great question. I mean, right now, I'm obsessed with the local band. I love Deer Rouge. Deer Rouge is so awesome.
And her new project, Lark, is amazing. So
And that's very up Sarah's alley. Very
Love that. I love it.
piano-driven singer-songwriter. And then, I listen to so much. It's literally But I listen from everything from churches to very synth led to the
Ambient
rock,
drone.
to rock, to heavy blues rock. Right?
Yeah.
But I enjoy almost everything. I enjoy Sam Fender. I love the way the way he writes his songs, the stories he has, in all of his work. I would say that right now I'm listening to a lot of Deer Rouge, which is funny because they're a local band. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love the classics. I love Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
I'm kind of I do love listening to new music. I love Oshie Elliott, and there's a lot of local Vancouver bands that I do listen to. I love them. But I do tend to go back to I grew up on Sarah McLachlan, Tori Amos. I love those those 90s classic female-led singer-songwriters. I love all that stuff. So, and I grew up on the Beatles and Neil Young. Like my parents were big, huge Beatles fans. So we grew up with that. And to my dad, there's only one band, and that is the Beatles.
Nice.
So yeah. So we don't even cover anything. Like there would be no approval. So why would I even do that? We don't cover Beatles music.
No, we do not.
We do not. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, two very good answers there. So I appreciate that.
No worries.
So I like to kind of end on a bit of a bigger question in the grand scheme of things. Let's say everything from Focus Your Audio was just like wiped away, gone, no longer here. What would be the core message you would want to leave with people about your music?
Damn.
The core message. I would have to say the core message from our music. We write a lot about human experience and connection. And so for me, doing the music and expressing ourselves is all about connecting with people. That's just at the heart of it. It's an avenue and a tool to be able to touch people's lives in an even deeper way. Music just settles into the crevices of your heart where other things just don't have access to. And so I would have to say that, it's all about connection. So, our music and the way we write it, we have hoped that it's touching people and it's enriching their lives somehow. So I would have to say that would be the biggest thing for me. If everything was wiped away, the message from what we have is, you're not alone. We're here in this together. Accepting people for just who they are and where they are in life. And we're all not perfect. And I think that tends to be a lot about what we write about when we're, sharing the messages of the songs. So I would say that's really probably the biggest takeaway.
Damn, you yeah.
Amazing.
I don't even know how to top that.
Well, it's true. It's like, why do we do this? We do it. We use the avenue of music to be able to share and touch people's lives. And there's some songs that are happy, but most of them are about our struggles and the way we've processed things
it's
life, right?
It's therapy. Like music's therapy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lyrics are always important to me. Like I have a hard time listening to music where, if it's catchy and there's a hook and all that, I love that. But for me, it has to resonate deeper where the lyric means something to me. Mm-hmm. I'm just hardwired that way. So I'll listen to music and I love a really well-written song and I love something that's got a message to it that I can chew on. Mm-hmm. I'm not super good with fluff, so it's got to be something
real.
Deeper. Yeah, it's got to be something
real.
Deeper.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of mirror that, because there's nothing I can put on top of that. I was gonna say, if you didn't touch on that, it's just the same thing where it's the main reason you do music is to have connection with it, but you also want other people to connect with it. And so it would just be about our message is about connecting with our audience through the lyrics. When Sarah writes, like she said, she doesn't want to write fluff. She wants to write lyrics that resonate with the listener when they're and it's lovely. We get it all the time where people are like, man, that song, really, it stuck with me. There's one song that we play that people you can see the tears well up in their eyes, right? They're just they absolutely it just hits them because they feel what we're trying to tell them, right? Or what we're feeling, and then they're like, I 100% resonate with that. I get that, and so that's what it would be, is just connection. That would be one of our biggest things is connection.
I would add to for my childhood, I grew up with a mom who played guitar from, I think she was 14 when she started playing. And poured her heart out every day. Like we were 4 kids running around. We didn't have a lot of money and life was hard. And so one of the ways that my mom got through our younger years was I have memories of her sitting on the couch, just playing her acoustic guitar, pouring her heart out in a way that that became like my life. That became the example that she passed on to me for songwriting and expression through art and sharing. And so in a way that she coped, in a way that her faith was very important to her, so it was also a way that she worshiped, and she did all these things with her her guitar. And so that was a huge example to me about expressing myself and songwriting. Both my parents are fabulous songwriters. So, it's funny how your childhood, it really does shape you, right? We talk about it and we know it, but all of a sudden you're an adult and you're doing your own thing. And when I'm up there singing, sometimes I can hear my mom. Do you know what I mean? I can hear my sister harmonizing with me. I can hear my brother. I have Bobby right beside me, and he's my family. And it's just all these things that work towards sharing who you are.
Yeah. Well, like it's like a piece of your family lives in every song that you write.
It's true.
Right? Yeah. And I think that's true for like almost every musician. It's like a piece of your childhood will always live in your music.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because it forms you. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and speaking with me.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Can you tell us where we can find you for anyone who's watching?
You want me to do that?
Of course.
That's fair. Our website is focusyouraudio.ca.
Yeah.
And you can find us on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And all the links are on our website. So like really, if you want to just go to our website, you can just find like every other avenue from there. So focusyouraudio.ca is the site, and
Nice. And you guys will be playing this Saturday.
We're playing this Saturday at the Mezzanines for Champions of Hope.
Yeah.
So you can definitely come out and see us there and connect with us there. So
we'll have some visual artists. There'll be a bar. There's going to be contests. It's going to be a whole charity too.
Very cool.
It's going to be a great night.
Yeah,
thank you again for taking the time with me. You two are super awesome, super inspiring.
Oh man, thank you very much.
Please keep doing your thing and sharing your art with the world. Thank you so much,
awesome.
guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.